so many factors. Some people say that they're having the best sex of their life through menopause, and some people say that their libido flatlines. Everybody's so different. There's genetics, there's diets, there's belief systems, there's, whether your sex life's already good or not. So many things.
Does low testosterone equal low libido typically?
It can, yes.
Okay.
And I want to explain libido, desire, and arousal because they're really three different things, but people use them interchangeably. Libido is your health. How healthy are you? One of the most common things that happens to couples is someone becomes ill, emotionally, physically, or both. And then they can't have intercourse, so they think their sex life is over, and they stop even touching each other. And so what you have to do is you have to have that. I like to say I'm like a Timex watch. I can take a licking and keep on ticking, right? Anything that happens to me, I just find a way to fix it, work around it, take care of it. Like, I just don't want to succumb to old age and atrophy and all of those things. So I do all kinds of this sexual biohacking and these sexual regenerative therapies. And then desire is, how do you feel about yourself? Just like Eliza, where she feels like she's not desirable anymore. You have to really work with those body issues and love yourself and get over those things and bring yourself back to the pleasure and the connection and the joy that you create and not hold yourself up to some perfect thing. You've had kids, you're aging, okay, but that doesn't mean you can't have really great sex with your husband that makes you both so happy and makes your kids happy because they're growing up in a household where their parents aren't all stressed out and disconnected. They're growing up in a household where mommy and daddy are going to go in the other room and you need to watch Barney for a while or whatever. And then arousal is this notion that men get erect very quickly and they're ready to go. They'll drop trowel at a moment's notice and have sex anywhere, anytime. And women need relaxation to begin to climb the arousal ladder. They need that blood flow to come in. That takes 20 or 30 minutes, depending on frequency of engorgement. And so we need that too.
I wanted to ask another question for one of my listeners. It was a guy, and we had this question come in quite a lot from our audience.
Good.
And it was about routine. Where is it? This one here. This is Ethan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the same thing over and over again. We can pretty much do one, maybe two, positions, and yeah, it's got to be nighttime, bed, same day, every fucking Saturday. I finally get it. Yippee.
Yeah, I just feel the frustration in his voice, and it breaks my heart. And this is probably a woman who has one pathway that she's found to orgasm, and that's her comfortable pathway. And so she wants a sure thing, and she needs it to be the same every time so she can have that. So what I would say to him is that, again, his partner's working without a lot of knowledge, so she has much more fear, and so the control that she's putting onto her sex life, like it's only this way, it's only in the dark, it's only this day, it's, that's her groove. She's found her groove. And that's fine, but it would be, what I would want her to know is that there's 20 kinds of orgasms. There's so many pathways. Try orgasmic cross-training. So start with the thing that you know works and then add something else in. And when you are working on that one thing that works, and then you add the new thing in. Let's try breast play. Okay, so I'm going to do what you want to do, but I'm also going to stimulate your breasts and nipples. I'm going to slowly trace my fingers. I'm going to put on some breast oil. I'm going to pleasure you. Pretty soon, that at first might not feel good to her. It might make her feel, this is if you touch a woman on her breasts, on her nipples, on her vulva, on her clitoris, in her opening to her vagina, which is called her introital sphincter, which is a little round muscle, inside her vagina, on her labia, all these different places, and you ask her, what do you feel? all different women will say basically four things. The first thing they'll say is, it hurts, it feels painful, it feels numb, I feel shame, or I feel pleasure. All that's standing between the pain, the shame, the numbness, and the pleasure is orgasmic activation. It's being touched in a loving way that feels safe, so that you can begin to start those neural pathways to the brain. I'm back to the biggest sex organ again, which is the third time you touched me in a loving way on my labia. It actually started to not feel numb. It started to feel good. Great, let's do it some more. And so when you bring all the sensation online, you get all those corpuscles and nerve endings and all of that tissue thrumming with pleasure, your orgasms become so easy. So I would recommend for him, offer yoni massages without intercourse on a separate day of the week to begin to activate that tissue. So she's not so reliant on the pathway that works for her, and she begins to understand how beautiful her vulva is to him, how much he loves to give her pleasure, how to relax and stay in sensation. Because women have a lot of time staying in their body and staying in sensation. One of the number one things that a sex therapist will do is teach you how to stay in sensation and feeling. People are disconnected from their sensation.
Where does masturbation and pornography fit into all of this? Is that a good thing for a relationship? Is it a good thing to be doing it alone? Is it something that's full of shame? We had a conversation on this podcast recently about pornography, and one of the really surprising things that came off the back of it was women messaging me privately saying that we didn't talk about women who have an addiction to pornography. Which was quite surprising to me.
Yeah,
because it's not in keeping with the stereotype.
Right.
So I hadn't crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give that a little bit of airtime because it's something I didn't talk about last time. Is that something, how do you think about pornography and masturbation? Is it good, bad, indifferent, shameful?
Oh, you're talking to the lady that likes heart-connected, passionate lovemaking. And most pornography is just friction. I like to transform friction into connection. And so I'm not against pornography. It's just not in my realm of what I like to help people with.
Why?
Because I want to teach you how to have much better sex than the stuff you're seeing on porn.
What's the harm of the stuff we see on porn?
I'm not saying that it's harmful. I'm just saying, why live someone else's agenda? Why not live your own agenda, have your own life, have your own fantasies, have your own sexuality, have your own experiences?
Have you met a woman addicted to pornography?
No, I have not.
Have you met a man addicted to pornography?
Many. Yeah. And they have to go off it cold turkey, and they go through withdrawal, and it's freaking hard. So I feel badly for people who do get addicted.
Do you think it ruins the real thing?
I do. Because I don't even want to watch it. First of all, Time Magazine had an article that said that there was a study that randomly sampled something like 340 clips of porn. And then they looked at them and they said 96% of them were degrading to women in some way. And that's what we're raising generations to think is sex. What I like to teach is passionate, erotic, sensual, heart-connected, ecstatic, orgasmic bliss.
What about masturbation without the pornography?
Masturbation is fantastic. It helps activate all of the tissue. It helps you have pleasure and fantasy. So my recommendation is fantasy, although there are some new interesting things that are coming up too. Like, for example, two of these toys that I want to show you. These are really interesting new technology. One of them heats up, so it gets warm. There's nothing better than sticking a nice warm thing in your vagina. And I love that. Try this one. I don't know if you tried that one yet. These are from Satisfier. And this one, check this out, man. This is so interesting. This particular vibrator gets a balloon and it blows up. Look, I'm blowing it up.
For anyone that can't see, the end, it's like a normal vibrator, but the end is swelling.
Look at that. And then, if you want to let it out, you just press it. Whoops. Uh-oh. There it goes. And all the air goes out. If you put this inside your vagina, it feels incredible to have that blowing up inside there and filling up all that cavern space. These now are app connected, and you can listen to fantasy or music. And the music will take you on an orgasmic journey. The fantasies will read you stories in time with the vibrations and sensations that come from the devices. So if you want to watch pornography, do it. For me personally, I would rather you have a couple of hot lovers and great fun. And, have a lot of women are like, well, I don't have a boyfriend. And I'm like, well, take a lover. Why do you need someone who checks off all the boxes? Why not just get a hot side piece and have great sex with them? And they're like, oh my God, I never thought of that. I'm like, girl, stick with me. And I recommend that for anyone. You don't have to wait for the be-all and end-all. You can just have great sex as long as you do STI testing, which is one of the last things I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, looks like I spilled a little oil on this. I'm sorry. This is so interesting because this is Basis DX. Now, I have to say, full disclosure in this particular thing, I'm their chief advocacy officer. So because I work with people who are in poly groups and who go to sex parties and, I'm encouraging people to have sex, I cannot do it without the caveat that one must do STI testing before they go any further than kissing or hands on the body. So you can keep a couple of STI kits at home, and then if you meet your hot lover, you can do your STI test, and when you get him back, then you're safe.
Come
Everything's
on,
okay.
fucking
This is a lot
ignite.
of long-term downstream negative effects from getting STIs. It's not as simple as, just take an antibiotic and you're done. Some of these things last forever, and you can never get rid of them.
What is the most important thing that we haven't talked about? And really, there